take a seat, turn the volume up. I can't fast track this one, so I'm not gonna try to. We are in a place of peril, okay? And we're not grasping it, and it's bothering me a lot. In South Chicago, okay, there was an ICE raid on an apartment building, okay? From the article I read, we're talking about helicopters, people grappling down from ropes, flashbangs, doors bust down, zip tying people, dragging them away, right? And the big issue here is no warrant, no words, no explanation, no identified federal agents, right? And then when these statements from the Department of Homeland Security or wherever the fuck, when they come out and say, oh, well, these are reported and suspected Tren del Agua members or gang members or this and that, it's like, how the fuck do we believe that there's no due process? Again, there's no warrants. Nobody's identified. These guys are in masks with helicopters. Like, ICE has a multi-billion-dollar budget, right? So what really happened is that masked men with access to wild machinery and armory and shit dropped down into a building, grabbed a bunch of people, took them away, right? Key detail, threw them into the back of a U-Haul, right? So I'm supposed to watch a video of white supremacists wearing ski masks jump out of the back of a U-Haul. And I'm supposed to tell myself that it probably didn't happen, that they said, hey, I have an idea of how we can round people up when they randomly went and joined ICE this year. Those are not trained like federal agents. Like, maybe the people grappling down from the ropes are, but like, you got to keep in mind, ski mask at white supremacist parade, ski mask on ICE, right? But like, U-Haul is present in both scenarios, right? You're not supposed to transport human beings in a fucking U-Haul. Duh, right? We don't hear shit from the fucking U-Haul CEO, right? And then the federal government allows ICE agents to round these people up in this manner and throw them in the back of a U-Haul. We're still asking for the Epstein files as we have questions around all this human trafficking bullshit, right? And then we're watching the federal government grab people and throw them in the back of U-Hauls. Do you see how this is a time of peril, right? This isn't Republicans and Democrats the way it was supposed to be. It was never supposed to be Republicans versus Democrats, but that's what it is. We're in a place of peril. You shouldn't be allowed to attack the other side in a two-party system, right? You're supposed to go about this with an air of respect and civility because it's a two-party system. So even though there may be disagreements, there should be this civil manner between the two parties, an air of respect amongst each other because it's a two-party. You shouldn't be able to attack the other side like this and remain in power and gain shit like that. I unfortunately think it's only going to get worse, right? And one of the worst parts of it getting worse and worse and worse is the people that say, I no longer support this. I didn't know what I was voting for. I shouldn't have voted for this as we expected. And what's even worse than that is the people that will forgive that and applaud that. I don't know how this could have been set up better for the people that claim to not have seen this coming. You already got a full 4 years, and then you got a full 4 years to think about it. And right before you made that dumbass decision again that you now so loudly tell everybody you no longer support, you ignored all the shit we were yelling at you last year about why you shouldn't do this. And then now, after 7, 8, 9 months of this bullshit, not even completely in year one, we see wave after wave after wave after wave. Oh, I don't support this anymore. I didn't know he was going to do all that. Why are we forgiving that? You know, like we're in times of peril. Again, grappling down from a fucking helicopter, door bust in, flashbang, zip tied, dragged out, thrown in a U-Haul, driven away. That's a time of peril, right? And we're not thinking enough into the future because what? The left's best case scenario right now is 2028, we vote, a Democrat wins, and then these people who will clearly do all of this evil shit. Stephen Miller told the police officers, you have the guns, you have the badges, you go out and do what needs to be done. Pete Hegseth told U.S. military generals to ignore rules of engagement, right? And our best case scenario is that we elect a Democratic president, and then these people who have clearly shown that they will attack American citizens that simply do not agree with them, they just return to society as citizens. They were citizens before they had the power to do all this shit. And then if they return to this, you think they're just going to stop pushing to get that power back? These are times of peril. If they can turn around and say, oh no, January 6ers were patriots, free them all. Why can't we turn around and say, oh, well, we are definitely gonna figure out everybody that signed up for ICE under the Donald Trump regime. And we're definitely gonna implement the law that was ignored during these ICE raids and during this time period? Or do we just vote somebody else in, and these racists, these white supremacists, these people that will clearly say, fuck the law, fuck the courts, fuck the judges, it's just what Trump wants. There was a video of a cop in DC when they were doing the fucking military takeover bullshit, telling somebody who was sitting on their fucking porch to stop smoking, not because the law said they had to, but he said verbatim, Donald Trump is just tired of it. And his occupation allows him to enforce the law. These are times of peril. Like, are you understanding me? Like, this is bad, people. This is bad. If they can do it to an immigrant, what makes you think they're not going to do it to you? They're masked men. They don't have to show paperwork. They can throw you in a fucking U-Haul, drive away, and then all they have to do is release a bullshit statement and say that you were in a gang. If they can do it to immigrants, why are you safe? I'm sorry, do you have 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, 2 arms, 2 legs, torso? Oh, you're human just like those immigrants? So if they can do it to immigrants, what? You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be, it has to be your best friend before you're scared? Before you say something? Before you do something? What are we doing? What are we doing?